So I feel like a bit of an idiot. I am a bit of an idiot when I'm walking around in the city centre here, bellowing into the camera. So I came here where it's a little bit quieter. It feels a little bit better anyway. Oh God, there's even people in this place. Let's go down here. So yes, welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Yes, I am very much alive. In fact, I've never felt better. So I've been really busy lately, and I'll tell you what I've been up to in a separate video. But today, we are on the road. I have for you another mystery synth pickup. So yesterday I have for you yet another mystery synth pickup. Something a little bit spontaneous. I wasn't planning on buying another synthesizer today, but it was a deal I couldn't resist. And it's Saturday evening. We're here in the city on a beautiful summer's evening. So let's take a look around as well. I'll share some of the sights and sounds of Stockholm with you in today's video. In the fine tradition of my mystery synth pickups, I'll give you some clues. Let me know in the comments when you guess. Number 1, I'm buying this keyboard used. It's about 2 years old. 2, it's kind of expensive, some might say overpriced, $2,000 or even more. And that's why I'm buying this one used. I've previously owned them. That was number 3. Number 4, we've featured them, in fact, on the channel before. Hey, pay attention. And number 5, they are manufactured just 2 subway stations away from here. Enough clues, let's meet the owner and do the deal. In fact, the owner owns a studio and he allowed me to take a look around, and I think you'll dig it. So this is an absolutely stunning Bassman amp stack from the 60s. Heading into the main studio then, first thing I saw was a Nord Electro, so I couldn't resist playing a few notes and listening to the sound through these mighty, massive, enormous Genelec monitor loudspeakers. Over here we have a synthesizer, not sure exactly what that is. It's a bit dimly lit. I think it might be a Prophet perhaps. On top, definitely a Moog, sub 37 I think. And this is pretty awesome. Here are some compressors that we all know from software. There's a 2A on the top and a 73. Yes, we've all seen the VST recreations of those classic compressors. Always get a thrill from seeing those, the real hardware. Here we have a bit of a vintage gem on the bottom, Juno 106, and on top the Mini Moog Voyager with those slightly cheesy LED mod wheels. Give me an original Model D any day. So that was quite an amazing experience. What a lovely bloke and what a fantastic studio. And you saw the fabulous synthesizers there, but maybe you don't know exactly which of those I just bought. Woody, don't get distracted. You're here for a synth pickup. Although there is a clue here just behind my head. This actually is a little bit special because this is probably the last time I will ever walk these streets in my life. Yeah, I can't wait to tell you where I've been, what I've been up to during the last few months, but that will have to wait until my next video coming very soon. Actually, whilst I'm here, why don't I show you the place where I worked for 3 or 4 years when I moved to Stockholm on this very exclusive street. So yes, here is Norrmalmstorg, I think it's pronounced Norrmalmstorg. Sorry for that, you Swedish people watching. And up here, over, this is one of the finest streets in the city, close to Stureplan, close to Östermalm, and these fine buildings up there. I worked for quite a glamorous investment bank here in Stockholm, although I was just working in IT, so I was down in the dungeons. So it is 9:30. When I used to come out in Stockholm, most of the nights of the week when I was a bit younger, I seem to remember the city centre being a lot more crowded than this. Perhaps there's other distractions for folk these days, other stuff for the folks to do, or maybe it's just this whole virus business, although in Sweden we don't really have any national lockdown or anything like that, but perhaps it seems like some people have been deterred from going out because there's not the usual crowds that I was accustomed to when I was a youth. I don't remember the name of this street, but it's one of the most central, busy streets in the whole of Stockholm. We've got the big department store right up here ahead, NK, that all Stockholmers know and love. Let's cross against the red. Over here is Kungsträdgården, where there's sometimes live gigs. Let's see if anything's going on. Okay, so it's getting a little bit late for little old me, so let's head for the train station and I'll give you a bit of time lapse and some music or something. So I do apologise for the sweaty brow, but it's absolutely sweltering here in Stockholm this evening. But over here, I've just realised I have another famous landmark to show you of Stockholm. This is the famous Sergels Torg, soon to be redone, I think. But I'll show you what it looks like right now. So this, I think, is where you come to get your drugs. Well, it used to be. Probably still is, I don't know. Not my scene, really. Since when did all these scooters become a thing? Yes, I haven't worked in Stockholm City for many years. A lot has changed since then. So I've now put it the right way round, and yes, as you probably guessed, this is the Nord Electro 6D for the drawbars. So this will be really interesting to try out and compare with the Viscount and the Yamaha YC that we've recently had in the shack. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the Electro, having owned several models in the past. This is the first time I ever get to try the latest model with the drawbars. And no, I don't really need a Nord Electro. I just sent back the white. And no, I don't really need another Nord Electro. But I just can't resist them. There's something wrong with me. for the final and most challenging part of the journey, cycling home with the Nord in my backpack and a flight case in my other hand and a camera in my right hand. Let's see how this goes. What could possibly go wrong? So thank you very much for joining me on a little visit into Stockholm City on a beautiful Saturday evening. I really appreciate it. Now, normally what I would do is take the synth home, unbox it, show you around it, play you some performances of course as well. Hang on, someone's coming. This is a bit embarrassing. Just for a second, wait for a second. Chinese lady. But for various reasons, I don't have access to my studio at the moment, so I can't shoot any more advanced videos. I certainly can't do any professional sound recordings, audio recordings that do this thing justice. So that will have to wait for another video. Now, in a couple of weeks, I hope to put you all in the picture about where I've been, what I've been up to, why I've been away, and so on. In fact, my patrons and channel members already know I've spilled the beans to them, so I'll take the opportunity to thank them for, or thank you for your continued support. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for your messages asking where I've been and inquiring if I'm okay or not. I've been overwhelmed with messages and comments, so I'd really like to thank the three of you that did write to me. The chain is slipping a little bit, so I guess we'll have to walk up the hill here. So I guess that wraps it up for today. Thank you ever so much again for joining me, bearing with me during this break in the continuity of my videos. But don't worry, normal service will be resumed very shortly. I can't wait to tell you what's been going on behind the scenes, because I've got some really big news to share with you soon. So until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. I don't have a free hand to wave, sorry. Cheerio! Cheerio!